What's going on, Duke fans? Welcome back to another episode of Talking Ball. It's Jack here, and Caleb Foster. It's official. He's coming back to Durham for his junior season. And listen, say what you will about Caleb Foster, but this guy is loyal. He is clearly a mentally tough individual, and I really do think he could have a true breakthrough junior season, similar to Tyrese Proctor, what he did this past year for Duke. Foster certainly did not have the sophomore year that he hoped for, nor Coach Shire, nor myself. I was leading the Caleb Foster bandwagon to start the season, and quickly realized it was not going to be his year. But I think what Caleb Foster showed with his toughness and resiliency throughout the season really said a lot. This was a guy who was the starting point guard for the first 6 or 7 games of the season, and then moved into the six-man role. And then by the almost end of the season, he even had a DNP against Wake Forest. And a lot of guys, with the trajectory of their minutes, as he said on the podcast, or I think Neil Begovich actually said it, but a lot of guys in his position would have been, already had their plan in place by February of where they were going to go next season. And you got to give a lot of credit to Caleb Foster in this environment for saying, I wanted to go to Duke. I chose Duke out of high school. When a lot of people left the program a year ago, him and Proctor are the only two guys who stuck around. And after this year, where it, again, did not go his way, he decides he wants to stick around. And I think with what we saw from Caleb Foster at the end of the season in tournament play, you talk about even just before that, the North Carolina game at the end of the regular season, what he did for Duke in the NCAA tournament. He had a good stretch of minutes against Alabama, and if you look at the box score against Houston, you might think he didn't play well. He missed all of his shots, etc. But I actually think that was one of his best, if not best, performance from the season. Even going back to the Auburn game, which Duke won, and everyone, rightfully so, refers to as like the Isaiah Evans game when he hit 6 threes in the first half, which was crazy. Foster had, I think, 9 points and 2 assists in that game. He was really important in that game. He had big moments throughout the season. He also had moments where he clearly needed to improve. And so I'm excited for continuity purposes, and for the fact that I think Caleb Foster could really have a true breakthrough junior season, to have him back with the Blue Devils. Now, we've got two guys who we know officially, which way they're going. We know Con Knippel's going to the NBA. Great for Con. He had an awesome season. We know Caleb Foster is coming back. Now, similar to yesterday, when do we start to find out what the other puzzle pieces will be? As of right now, we officially know we've got Caleb Foster, and we've got the four freshmen, the Boozer twins, Shelton Henderson, Nicholas Kamenia. That's it. I know, we think a lot of other guys are potentially returning. We'll see what Duke does in the transfer portal. But until it's official, and until we get to April 27th when the transfer portal closes, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that these guys are definitely coming back. I think Malik Brown and Patrick Gongba are coming back. I think there's a chance Darren Harris comes back. I'm very curious what Isaiah Evans and Tyrese Proctor end up doing. And I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them test the NBA draft, and then make a decision later on. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about Foster returning? Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.